Brad Pitt's transformation from floppy-haired soap actor to a list Hollywood royalty, and he looks better than ever at 59. For decades, he has been one of Hollywood's sexiest leading males, and Brad Pitt recently left admirers swooning with his presence on the final day of Wimbledon, where he flaunted his chiseled looks. The actor, 59, has long been noted for his looks and has twice been crowned People magazine's sexiest man alive. But the once-upon-a-time in Hollywood star has sported many different looks throughout his years in the spotlight. From bursting onto the scene in his early 20s with roles on shows like Dallas in Growing Pains to becoming a bona fide A-lister in the early 90s, Brad's popularity has endured. The star is enjoying one of his most productive periods yet as he juggles producing projects such as Landscape with Invisible Hand and The Killer along with starring in upcoming projects like Beetlejuice 2 and Wolves. As he proves he's still got it, Mail Online takes a glance back at the star's looks throughout the years. Brad was sporting his distinctive blonde hair by the early 1990s, and he had one of his most famous early roles in Thelma and Louise, opposite Geena Davis and Susan Sarandon. Brad played JD, a gorgeous young vagabond who sleeps with Thelma and later takes Louise's life money. Brad showed off his rugged good looks with long locks and stubble in his star-studded thriller True Romance. 2 years later, he demonstrated he could pull off a more cropped appearance when he starred as a homicide detective in Seven, alongside Morgan Freeman and his ex-girlfriend Gwyneth Paltrow. The early 2000s were a good time for Brad. He kicked the decade off with lead roles in The Mexican opposite Julia Roberts and Ocean's 11 with George Clooney. The star carried on with a cropped hairstyle but opted for a more clean-cut look during these years as he ditched his 90s stubble. Brad was already established as one of Hollywood's top male sex symbols around this time as he became the first person named Sexiest Man Alive twice in 2000. A few years later, Brad donned one of his most famous looks when he starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie, whom he subsequently married. Brad went for a more questionable style the following year, growing a longer crew cut and dyeing it platinum blonde for the premiere of the action film. However, it was only a temporary appearance for the actor as he quickly returned to his more natural looks.